Getting situated?
Nice place. I kind of hope this operation lasts a while. I could get used to this. Alright, what do we got?
From the information Shahid gave us, it's not clear what the link is between Halbech and Al-Samad in Rome. But it does list the local Al-Samad cell leader, a Jibril al-Bara. But...
You know, you have this really cute way of broadcasting trouble with your tone.
it's part of my charm.
What's the problem?
There's a CIA listening post here in Rome, and it's pretty well staffed. They're definitely running a search on you. Huh. And Al-Samad, it looks like.
What's their chance of tracking us down?
I don't know. You could try to stay below the radar, but that doesn't really seem to be your strong suit.
Any chance of keeping an eye on them, or bugging the system, tapping into their network?
It's possible, but you'd need to slip in there without being detected.
So we'll have to be extra covert when carrying out this covert op, which will make finding the Al-Samad cell even harder.
There may be another way to get information we need on Al-Samad and Halbech. It looks like there's an NSA echelon listening post in Rome. You might be able to access that and use their database to do our hunting for us. It looks like it's in a gelato shop.
You've got to be kidding me.
Stranger things have happened.
So those are my options? Disarm the listening post, tap into the NSA computer, or make a straight run for Al-Bara? What about Halbech? What's their tie here?
There's nothing about it in Shahid's records. So I did a check of Halbech employees and ex-employees in Rome. One recent arrival came to the top that I think is worth looking into. Conrad Marburg.
Someone has to. Where can I find him?
That's just it. I don't have much on him, other than he took a commercial flight into Rome. That's why he popped up on the search.
Alright, so what's Marburg's tie to Halbech?
He doesn't have one, at least as of a year ago. He was actually chief of security, but then apparently transferred to working as a contractor for the Veteran Combat Initiative.
They're mercenaries. Ex-American military, right?
Right. They're not too discriminating about the contract as long as a firefight is involved.
Alright. You got a picture of Marburg?
Sending it to your screen now. His dossier doesn't have much on him, and some of the early details seem sketchy to me. Mike, what's wrong?
Something tells me Marburg's our real problem. But let's figure out the Al-Samad connection first. They're a little more knee-jerk than Halbech.
Do you think Shahid will help?
I'm certain, especially if Halbech's involved. I'll contact him, see what I can find out about Al-Bara. It's signed Good Times, Stephen Heck. Yeah. I appreciate the gesture, but Hong sure could have gotten me a real sword. think I just got salmonella by looking at this place.
Gotta keep the public from dropping in for a cone.
Good point. I'd say their cover is working beautifully.
Okay. You'll need to come up with a good reason to be here. Looks like they're scheduled for server maintenance and security upgrades this month. That might get you in.
I think I can smooth talk my way past them.
Don't play games, Mike. These guys are trained to spot double agents and imposters. If their post is compromised, they'll shut it down, and we'll lose our access. You'll also need to give the correct handshake code to identify yourself as an agent.
Secret handshakes? What are we, the Shriners?
It's a specific passphrase that rotates on a monthly basis. You give the correct phrase, they give the correct response, and you both know everything's on the level.
So what's the code?
Tell them that the Adirondacks are beautiful this time of year. They should respond with, yes, but the Alps are lovely all year long.
Got it. Let's see if anybody's home.
Can I help you?
I'm here to fix the computers.
We don't have a problem with the computer.
I hear the Adirondacks are beautiful this time of year.
I don't like the mountains. And you're here to fix the computers?
He didn't give the response phrase. Something's wrong.
Yeah. Say, about those Adirondacks.
I told you I don't like mountains. Come on. I'll show you the computers.
That's not the response phrase. Stay on guard, Mike. If my code is out of date, they might suspect you're not on the level.
So, my friend, what do you need?
I need to access your Echelon server pursuant to Section G817, subparagraph B.
Section G817, eh?
Subparagraph B. Time is a factor here.
Okay then. So, no more computer troubles, eh?
You should be all set. Fort Meade can rest easy now.
Hey, my friend. Gone to go?
Mike, I've just detected a source within the VCI branch office doing a search for your profile. Although they've got the height wrong.
Can you get a timestamp on when the search was started and the workstation?
Good idea.
Also, it's possible the VCI doors require fobs to access them. See if you can get an ID badge number from the office.
It looks like the analyst isn't doing it on company time. I have the workstation called up. It's using the workstation Parker used while he was undercover as a Halbeck contractor.
What?
The ID on the badge used to access the office is a Madison St. James.
What's her role at the company?
A full background check may take some time, but from skimming her dossier, she looks like a new employee.
Got a picture?
Calling it up now.
She's
She's pretty. Recognize her?
No, I think I'd remember. But if she's tied to Marburg, I think we've got a way to get to him after all.
Coalition forces report sporadic outbreaks of violence across the Middle East, believed to be part of a power struggle between rival terrorist organizations.
Army spokesman Colonel.
exhibit has caused chaos in the streets of Rome. The Roman Museum of Natural... Beauty. Models dressed in Goulet's latest designs would stroll to the end of the...
Fans of the designer.
Welcome to Moscow, Mike. How do you like your new apartment?
Nice digs. I see where all that Black Ops funding really goes now.
Invoking Alpha Protocol does have its upside.
Jealous.
Of you freezing your butt off in Moscow? Not so much. Although there is a certain appeal to sitting in that loft drinking cocoa while you are crawling around in the snow.
Ooh, you're a cruel woman.
All right, down to business then. Do you have a plan of attack for Moscow?
It's amazing how much the promise of a trip to Gitmo can loosen people's tongues.
Not exactly a win friends and influence people approach, but it might get you somewhere. What will you follow up on first?
Not sure yet. The missile launchers were moved through Leningradsky Station. There might be intel there. I've also got a CIA informant codenamed Grigori, and a mob underboss called Lazo.
Finding those missiles is important, although more information would be helpful. But from his file, Grigori looks like the type who would sell information about you to interested parties. Lazo might be able to provide some leads too.
Plus, they might be able to tell me what bars and strip joints I should hit while I'm here.
If you're trying to make me jealous,
I'm an international super spy. I have obligations.
just call when you have anything new, hotshot.
Probably didn't need to take his glass eye as a trophy, but ears are so passé.
Ah, Michael Thornton. Welcome to Moscow. You are quite the traveler. Taipei, now fresh from Rome, yes?
I'm a little jet-lagged, so don't think I'm rude if I don't share my travel plans with you.
I feel honored. Your first time in Moscow, and I am your first stop. What brings Michael Thornton, world traveler, to this humble bar?
Do we have to jump right to business? I could really use a drink first.
Then you are lucky you've come to a bar. I am short on cash, so you will have to make your own way.
That go for events going on in Moscow, too?
And here I thought we were not going to jump right to business.
A cough like that, this bar may not be the best place to hang out. Secondhand smoking.
I quit 3 times this month. Second-hand smoke is my way of getting by.
Well, I didn't mean to interrupt your coughing, or your drinking, but I wanted to know who Halbeck's friends are here in Moscow.
What specifically do you wish to know? If they have friends at all? Now that is a question in itself.
I want to know who Halbeck's working with.
That is a difficult question, but I know someone who would know the answer. There is a man, Sergei Surkov. He runs several businesses in Moscow. He may know who Halbeck is dealing with.
Sergei Surkov. Running a check on the name now. We're getting a lot of hits. He shouldn't be hard to find. Although, judging from his contact list, figuring out where his next appointment is could take some time.
Alright, I think I can wait a little longer. And there's a few other leads I'd like to track down.
You were planning to investigate Leningradsky station, yes? Maybe you can do me a favor.
A favor?
Your American missiles are not the only cargo that comes through the station. If you go, maybe you could divert these shipments, accidentally, of course.
What, you mean change the shipping labels? And me without my label maker.
It is more simple than that. The box destination is stenciled on the side, but it is a code. Change it with a marker, and the boxes will end up somewhere else. To a friend of ours who will be happy to reimburse us. Maybe do a little business with you.
I'll think about it.
Do that. And if you need a place to buy weapons, armor, devices, I can help you there too. I may not know Halbeck, but I know many others who are not friends of theirs.
I'd appreciate that. What's the price tag for the reference?
Directing a customer to a shopkeeper friend, no price tag. Just business.
Alright. Thanks, Grigori. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you not being an asshole when talking to me, Michael. Other agents, too stiff. Others, too much cowboy. You come to me as a human being. Should be rewarded, no?
Coalition forces report sporadic outbreaks of violence across the Middle East, believed to be part of a power struggle between rival terrorist organizations.
Army spokesman.
Exhibit has caused chaos in the streets of Rome. The Roman Museum of Natural History opened up its Crusades exhibit earlier last week, prompting claims of religious intolerance by protesters who have crowded the downtown area and even threatened...